Hello, I am Dane DiFebo, Museum Educator of the National Civil War Museum here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I bring to you this National Civil War Museum Snapshot for the month of December, sponsored by UPMC Central Pennsylvania and the UPMC Health Plan. This snapshot addresses the events of 157 years ago as Union General William Shermans armies had completed their destructive march through Georgia and were sitting on the outskirts of the city of Savannah. Sherman's armies reached the outskirts of Savannah on December 10th, 1864, and found Confederate General William J. Hardee, nicknamed Old Reliable, had entrenched 10,000 men and was the only force blocking Sherman's access to the Atlantic Ocean and linkage to the U.S. Naval South Atlantic Blockading Squadron under Rear Admiral John A. Dahlgren. Sherman had to silence the Confederate defenses at Fort McAllister, guarding the Ogeechee River south of the city of Savannah, so he dispatched cavalry in hopes of unblocking this route and obtaining supplies awaiting for him on the Navy ships. On December 12th, General William B. Hazen and his division of infantry in General Oliver Otis Howard's left wing of Sherman's armies had attacked Fort McAllister and captured it within 15 minutes. Some of the 134 Union casualties were caused by torpedoes, which was a name for the crude landmines that were placed underground and used rarely in the Civil War. Now that Sherman had contact with the Navy and the fleet under Admiral John A. Dahlgren, he was able to obtain supplies and siege artillery, and he developed his plan to march on Savannah. Sherman's was a good distance from his original supply base, which was in Tennessee, and he had essentially lived off the land since November of 1864 as he was completing the march to the sea. On December 17th, Sherman sent a message to Confederate General Hardee in Savannah in which he threatened the destruction of the city, and that was what the Confederate officials feared the most. Sherman's letter demanded the surrender of Savannah and its forts before opening fire with heavy artillery. To appeal to the Confederate officials, Sherman offered great liberal terms to the inhabitants and the garrison, and General Hardee cowardly decided to escape Sherman's grip on the city by leading his men across the Savannah River on a makeshift pontoon bridge on December 20th, 1862. On December 21st, Savannah's mayor, Richard Dennis Arnold, and a delegation of aldermen and ladies of the city rode out to accept Sherman's generous terms and offer the proposition that the city would be surrendered with no stiff resistance. Pennsylvania General and Union 20th Corps Division Commander John White Geary, whose presentation sword is seen here at the National Civil War Museum, accepted the surrender with the promise to protect the city's citizens and property. General Geary then telegraphed Sherman and advised him to accept the offer. Mayor Arnold presented Geary with the key to the city, and Sherman's men led Geary's division to occupy the city on December 21st, and Geary became the city's military governor. No destruction of the historic architecture and cultural resources was needed. The next day, General Sherman telegraphed President Lincoln from Savannah. He telegraphed, "Dear Sir, I beg to present you as a Christmas gift the city of Savannah with 150 heavy guns and plenty of ammunition and about 25,000 bales of cotton." For a brief moment, the juggernaut had been tamed, and after the New Year, Sherman continued to march north through the Carolinas, continuing his wrath of the South. Thank you for listening to this National Civil War Museum snapshot on Sherman's March to the Sea. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see other videos like that.